Ah, hello. It's good to see you. Welcome back to the Laughing Lampwick, my humble cafe. My name, of course, is Dr. James Bartholomew Lampwick. You can just call me JB or Dr. Lampwick. I'm glad you're here, coming out of the dark and the rain. I hope that you're prepared for a nice, warm evening, sitting by the fire, sipping a hot or cold drink as you prefer, and listening to some stories, as well as perhaps creating some of our own. I have some fun things planned. We're going to be doing some more choose your own adventure style stories. A friend of mine gave me some advice, which I intend to follow, and that is to not worry so much about the background sound effects and to simply focus on the story itself. I will still have background music, though. And then after that, I've got a few stories queued up, a few we could choose from, that is. And then after that, I believe I'd like to try a new thing, which is to create a cryptid. What is that, you may ask? Well, we'll get into it later in the stream. But how are you all doing? I'm glad to welcome you to my humble cafe. And well, I've just gotten in a new shipment of fine coffees and teas, and I'm more than prepared to make some for you. Whatever you prefer. Anyway, welcome to the stream. It's just my second stream, and yeah, I'm excited about it. Speaking of being excited, I am a huge From Software, Souls video games, like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, all that. And they just dropped the trailer today for the DLC for Elden Ring, and I am uber excited about that. I've already watched it. I thought about reacting to it on stream, but I decided against that. I don't want to try and be a reaction streamer channel at this point. Maybe later I may get into that, but I am very excited. It looks incredible. Hopefully, I'm checking all my levels and stuff like that as I'm trying to talk. It's hard for me to double task. I'm very, very bad at it. Something I forgot to show last time is I do have some modes here that I intend to use at some point if I get the chance. And that is, let's see. So this is my normal mode, right? Just a lamp with a flame in it that flares every time I talk. And then I have a more subdued flame for when I am sad or just feeling down or not with it or what have you. And then you have this flame for when I am absolutely seething. Fortunately, that doesn't happen very often. Though, if I play Elden Ring or similar games on stream, you might be seeing that one a lot in those. So if there's anyone in the chat, how are my levels, mic and all that, I'm gonna need to probably adjust some things when I start the stories. But okay, that still works. Cool. Excellent. Sorry, I was testing out something. I have to mention before we get started with any of the stories that all of the music I'm going to be using is from tabletopaudio.com. Go and check it out. It's incredible for if you play tabletop RPGs like D&D or anything like that. Absolutely incredible resource. Use it all the time for my own sessions. And just absolutely fantastic resource. Great selection of tracks. And there's even some, as you saw last stream if you were there, sound effects and different soundboards for different things. Very, very cool. Go and check it out. All proper attribution over there. And I've got a good playlist for tonight's festivities. I don't think there's any more housekeeping. Let me check on myself here. Let's see. I was going to go and get myself a nice cup of tea to aid my throat, as it got very raspy last time trying to read the story. And if the stories tonight have any length to them, I anticipate it being difficult to do many of them. However, I will do what I can. What I was saying, I intended to get myself a nice cup of lemon tea with honey, one of my favorite throat cures. However, I ran out of time and did not do that. So, at some point soon, I may, I know I just started, but I may switch over to my nice little intermission screen in order to go and make myself a delicious cup of tea so that I may properly entertain the masses. Masses being obviously a relative term. Once, I don't know, if anyone comes in and is watching actively, please let me know if I need to adjust any volume levels. I'm sorry about my chair, it squeaks. And if you hear any like small feet or skittering in the background, I have two pets who have their cage right behind me. And they are nocturnal, so they may make noise. Though I think they've already gone to bed after. Nope, they're still back there. They eat around 5 or 6 usually, so that's when they're kind of active, and then they go back to bed, and then they're active pretty much all night. Sometimes you can hear them from my bedroom, but they're not really a bother. So that's nice. Anyway, how is it? I'm choking. You'd think with a lantern head I wouldn't be able to choke on my own spit, but I can. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is okay. I'm doing very well. A little tired from work. Got some problems with my wrist and my shoulder, but the limitations of a mortal body are evident, is what I will say. Let's see. I don't know that I have anything really fun to talk about. Oh, I do actually. I'm sorry if you're here for like a super immersive stream. It's not going to happen. I'm going to switch in and out of character like all the freaking time. I do this. My players, I'm sure they hate me, but I do this all the time when I do D&D and Monster of the Week. I switch in and out of character like all the time. I was gonna try to get some lunch today at Whataburger. which I'm not supposed to have, but I was going to cheat on my diet. And I did not in the end, and I'll tell you why. A very angry and irate lady was being kicked out of the establishment as I walked up to it. And it was extremely loud and public. They had like 3 employees basically trying to usher this lady out. She was homeless, probably on something, but I don't know that for sure. And yeah, she was just yelling and cursing them out and stuff like that. And it was quite the scene. It was funny. I walked up at the same time as 2 other gentlemen, and we all just kind of glanced at each other while this lady was being basically forced out the door. And we all just kind of got back in our cars and drove away. Anyway, that's all I've got in terms of like personal anecdotes for the day. Though if you're being kicked out of a Whataburger, I think you're doing something wrong with your life. I hope that lady's okay. She was obviously homeless. Anyway, let's see. I have several stories. I went through the catalog on the website I chose last time, chooseyourstory.com. And I went through and selected a few that I think would be good. There's a couple of different ones that I'm interested in. There's a pirate one that I think I'd like to do. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag again, and having a lot of fun with that. So maybe we'll do that. Like I said, there's quite a few. I'm not sure. I think I'd like to try and do 2. It depends on the length, I suppose. I think we will do the pirate one for sure. So I'm going to pull that up. Let's see. Nope, that's terrible. Also terrible. Sorry, I'm messing around with I was messing around with something earlier before the stream, and I did not have time to keep messing around with it. So currently I just want to finish it real quick, because it will be important for later. That's pretty good. Okay, I like that a lot. Let me change the font color so we can read it later. That's beautiful. I actually am gonna outline my text. That's wonderful. Great. All right. That's gonna be great for later. If I can figure out how to go full screen with it. Yes. Whoops. That is definitely not what I wanted to do. Did that actually show up? I guess it wouldn't, right? Okay. I don't know how to use this properly. Anyway, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be messing around with this right now. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. We are going to, I think, jump into the first story. Let me switch to my other screen. Here I am. Hello. Okay, filters on. Boop, boop, boop. I was having some issues last stream with the screen flickering while I had the blur filter on it. So hopefully that does not happen again. I think I'm good to unblur though, so let me do that. Okay. So, this is one of the stories that I wanted to do. Let me start up some music real quick. And you will have to let me know. Let me know if the music is good or not in terms of levels. So this story is A Pirate's Life for Me by SkyZ _26. It is a little longer, so I may only end up doing this, but we'll see. Okay. I am going to force dark page. That looks so much better. Okay. Let me get a drink of water, actually. Once again, you'd think with a lantern for a head, I wouldn't need water, but hydration is important. Don't forget that. The sea. An endless void of ferocious water that you could get lost in, both literally and figuratively. Navigation wasn't your strong suit. If it were up to you, you and the crew would have been lost at sea 10 times over. Same, brother. But luckily for you and your crew, you are not. Unluckily for your crew, you are the captain, and they have to deal with your usually poor choices. That is a little too relatable. Yeah. Sucks to be them. Starting off strong. Okay. Captain! A shout comes from below. Your first mate is standing on the deck, a somewhat unhappy expression fixed upon his face. You look down and gesture for him to continue speaking. Instead, he just huffs and points to the side of the ship. You turn your head to follow whatever she's pointing at, only to see one very obvious Royal Navy ship not that far from your ship. Thankfully, it seems they haven't spotted you yet. Okay, yeah, maybe you should have been paying a bit more attention to your surroundings. Whoops. Your first mate pinches the bridge of his nose, muttering something under his breath. He yells back up to you. What are your orders, Captain? You have a few ideas in mind as to what to do. You could think this through, or you could just do what sounds the most fun. A smile curls on your lips as you make your decision. What would be the most fun? I am thinking... you know what? I'm in a cautious mood today. You won't catch us alive. Sneak away from the ships. So I'm going to sneak away. You pride yourself on never being caught. We can't start this early. Except for those few times that you did. Like that one failed attempt to steal from some politician. Or when you passed out on the docks and woke up in a cell. You don't even know what you did that time to warrant getting arrested. But it happens. You eventually escaped like every other time. Okay, so maybe you lied. You have been caught quite a lot. But not this time. How do you get away? How do I get away every time? So I'm obviously trash at being a captain. Am I really good at escaping prisons? Maybe it's time for a career change. Have to consider that. As you sail... I'm sorry, I skipped a paragraph. You gesture for your crew to turn the ship in the opposite direction, intent on making a swift exit. It's easy enough as the other ship still hasn't noticed your presence. As you sail, you notice a small island not far off. It could serve as a good place to hide out until you're sure the other ship is gone. You and your crew head to the land. You note that the island doesn't seem to appear on any of the maps you have. Great! It's an opportunity to explore something no one else has. An island that isn't on the map. What could go wrong? Ahem. You dock your ship on the shore. Your crew happily make their way off the ship. It's been a while since you've been on solid ground. They must be thankful for the short reprieve. They're not at all thankful to be out from under my obviously horrendous leadership. No, they just missed the land. The island seems to be separated into two sections, a lush forest and some steep rocky hills. It can't hurt to explore them a bit. I'm sorry, I'm a forest man. Explore the forest. Ahem. Beautiful picture. The forest seems like it would be a better walk. You would explore alone, but safety in numbers. You can see that I didn't. That one wasn't me. There's plenty that are me, and there will be plenty that are me, but that one wasn't me. You gather 5 other members of your crew. Your first mate, because he doesn't trust you to go anywhere without him. Your gunner, Mary, your navigator, JJ, and the cabin boy, Edward. What is JJ's deal? And lastly, your deckhand, Peter. You're sure if you run into any trouble, you will be able to rely on them, even if you're the one who causes said trouble. I'm a terrible captain. I must be really funny. The crew must think I'm funny. With that settled, you march into the forest, crew at your back. The trees are lush, and if you squint hard enough, you can see some animals hiding in the foliage. The place would be a pretty nice vacation spot, if you were one to relax. Nonetheless, you enjoy the relaxing walk. Being a pirate doesn't offer many opportunities to relax. It's 3 different instances of relaxation in as many sentences. Especially when you're the captain. You've got a habit of making poor decisions, much to the displeasure of your crew. At least this time you seem to have made a reasonable choice. How long before this goes south? You note as you walk that the ground seems to form a dull path. You follow it. It winds through various trees, bushes, and even over a small stream. I told you there'd be a lot. But eventually you reach its end. In front of you lies a large stone temple. The bricks are old, crumbling from obvious neglect over time. The structure is absolutely covered with vines as well. You wonder what could be inside. Does my cautious streak from earlier extend to this stone temple? I'm gonna say no. We explore the temple. Of course you're gonna take the opportunity to explore an abandoned building. Who wouldn't? Your crew seem ecstatic that you wish to explore the temple. They must have been just as curious as you. So the whole crew is into making bad decisions then. At least it's not just me. The first bad decision was choosing me as the captain. You march up to the temple steps with little care. The stones crack slightly beneath your feet. That's a work hazard. As you walk into the open arches on the building, you can smell the dust in the air. You sneeze. As cool as the building is from a distance, it sure is a little less impressive up close. The walls are covered in vines and cracks, a thick layer of dust coating everything you can see. The floor is covered in dirt and weeds that grow from the cracks in the brickwork. Cracks in the brickwork. Your excitement dies down a bit as you bat away copious amounts of cobwebs. This place is gross. Your crew disperses into the building, most likely trying to find something they could pilfer. You stay at the entrance of the temple. You see no reason to try exploring some obviously abandoned building. But wait. Hold on. Opportunity to explore the abandoned building. Who wouldn't? Apparently me. Apparently me. There can't be anything of interest here. Boredom starts to settle in. You kind of want to leave. I am the most ADHD, terrible captain one could possibly have. Why are these people following me? I'm going to stay quiet. I want to see what happens in the temple. Okay. You keep your complaints to yourself. While you could use your authority as captain to round everyone up and leave, you don't want to spoil their fun. It's the only thing they have. There's no need to bring down everyone else's mood. Your crew is having a good time, at least. A small crash has your attention pulled to the corner of the temple where a hallway sits. None of your crew went down that way. You walk over to it, but can't see much due to how dark it is. Maybe you should have brought more supplies for your last-minute decision to explore the island. Probably, but that would have been a good decision, and we've already established I don't make many of those. That would have been the smart thing to do. If you had, you would have had some torches with you to light up the place, but you're never one to think very far ahead. Nope. The rest of your crew have made their way back to the main room. They must have heard the crash as well. You look at them, and they seem as clueless as you. You look back to the hallway and see a shape moving towards you. Instinctually, you go to grab your weapon. The figure emerges into the light where you can see them better. It's an old man. You sigh and put your hand back down. No need to be hostile. The elderly man seems frail enough. You doubt he could hurt you anyways. I think that he could hurt me in many ways. Emotionally, I'm a very fragile person. The old man looks up at you with a smile. He asks if you and your crew would like to come deeper into the temple. For food and rest, he says. He's a cannibal. Calling it now. From the corner of your eye, you can see your crew looking for you and looking for you on what to do. You can see your crew looking to you to decide what to do. Yes. The old man seems harmless enough, but something about him still doesn't seem quite right. I've been established as someone who doesn't make good decisions. Should I make one now? Nope, I like his vibe. You don't want to judge too harshly. This is just a kind old man after all. You shrug and follow him blindly. You don't hear your crew following behind you. Oh well, they can miss out on the food, you guess. Not your problem if they're going to be rude to this man's hospitality. That's right. Losers. The old man leads you through a confusing path of corridors. You're not sure you would be able to retrace your steps. The old man turns a corner and you walk behind him, unsuspectingly walking straight forward into a blunt object. The force of the hit sends you tumbling to the ground and you fall unconscious. Who could have ever predicted this? You wake up with a jolt. Hold on. This music could be better. Give me a sec. We're gonna do this one. Yeah, that's so much better. Okay. You wake up with a jolt. Your head throbs and you're pretty sure you may have a crooked nose now. Rakish and roguish. You shift and notice there's a thick rope holding your limbs in place. You look up to observe the room you're stuck in. And not too far in front of you, you can see the old man shuffling about. His back is turned to you. Maybe it was a poor idea to trust an old man hiding in a decrepit temple. You think? I don't think I'm a very... Well, okay. I was about to say I don't think I'm a very charismatic person, but I have to be a charismatic person if my crew somehow still follows me, even when I'm this stupid. Well, I didn't bring any tools with me, so how am I going to break free? It specifically says, hold on, a thick rope. It's a thick rope. It's not a thin rope. It's not a frayed rope. It's a thick rope. I'm going to convince the old man to free me. You call out to the old man, frantically trying to get his attention. Maybe this is just some misunderstanding. You're sure that you can get him to release you from whatever this is. You stumble through some attempt at being convincing. Excuse me. You stumble through some attempt at being convincing. Words are not your strong suit. Imagine that. But you'll say anything to get yourself out of the mess you've gotten yourself into. The old man either ignores you or his hearing is so bad, he doesn't even know you're calling out to him. 3 guesses. Okay, so talking won't work. Maybe you could free yourself. You try scanning the room for any sharp objects you could use, but there's nothing you could reach. Maybe if you try scooting over to the table the old man is at, you could find something. Before you can move through, the old man pulls a lever. The floor in front of you opens up to a deep pit. A rush of heat fills the room and you immediately break out into a sweat. The old man finally turns around and he's mumbling under his breath. From what you can hear, they're all random words that make no sense. He walks up to you and you try kicking yourself away, but it does no good. The old man picks you up with surprising strength and carries you towards the source of the heat. Oh, it's a lava pit. How fun. Ha! Without much ceremony, you are thrown into the pit. You fall to your fiery doom. Huh. Well. I don't know how that was the bad decision that ended my life, but here we are. Okay. I would like to try again. Okay. I'm going to choose to sneak away, like I did last time. The forest. I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to ignore the temple this time. Ahem. You shake your head. Some dusty old temple doesn't seem all that interesting. You turn to your crew and you tell them to keep going. You expect them to follow you, but they stay put, staring at the temple. It seems like they want to explore it. You try once again to get them to follow you, but they don't move an inch. Great. Your gunner, Mary, turns to you and smirks. What? You too scared to explore some dusty old temple cap? The rest of your crew laugh a bit at the obvious jab. You, on the other hand, will not let such slander slide. You have too much pride for such a small joke. Pride that has gotten you into many problems. You spin on your heels and walk straight up to the temple steps. The others follow, happy to explore. A blind choice. That, in the end, it doesn't matter. As you walk into the open arches on the building, you can smell the dust in the air. You sneeze. This place is gross. Your crew disperse into the building, most likely trying to find something they could pilfer. You stay at the entrance of the temple. You see no reason to try exploring some obviously abandoned building. There can't be anything of interest here. Boredom starts to settle in. You kind of want to leave. Deja vu. I'm going to voice my complaints. You sigh and turn to the closest members of your crew. Unabashedly, you begin to tell your crew that exploring the temple was a waste of time. You shouldn't have bothered exploring that stupid island. Well, we don't know what the Rocky Hills are like. They could be cool. You could just turn back and leave. The ship you were hiding from is undoubtedly long gone by now. Honestly, that sounds the most appealing. The faster you can leave the boring island behind, the better. Although, the more you talk and the more you insult the very ground you stand on, said very ground starts to shake. You stumble and lean against the wall for support. You feel as though you've made a huge mistake. What else is new? Just as you think maybe you should apologize to whatever god you've angered today, an old man hobbles out from the dark hallway of the temple, and before you can even begin to question where he came from, he points at you. He begins laughing and he says something, but if you're honest, it just sounds like nonsense to you. But you do pick up him saying you've made the island itself mad. Well, that can't be good. A growl has you whipping your head to the entrance of the temple. A large jaguar looms threateningly, staring at you and your crew. I have several people here, and Mary, who is specifically stated to be a gunner. We are going to stand our ground against the leopard. A jaguar, my bad. Why in the world would you think it's a good idea to try and intimidate a large feline predator? You will never know. Because the jaguar wastes no time in pouncing. It easily tackles you and mauls you to death. What, and my crew just watches? They just watch? Well, I suppose that makes sense now that I think about it. JJ's probably going to be the next captain. Or Peter. Not Edward, though. He's too young. Poor little cabin boy. Hopefully they got away. Then maybe my life was worth something. Anyway, we're trying that again. Okay. Sneak away. Forest. Ignore the temple. Voice your complaints. We're going to run. Wisely. You spin right around and sprint for the other nearby exit of the temple. You can hear your crew following close behind you, as well as a very distinct sound of a big, angry cat, which can sound very different depending on the cat. You jump down the temple steps, rolling as you land, and spring right back up and continue running. This isn't the first time you've been chased out of a place, but it sure takes the cake. You distinctly wonder if you'd be able to trick the jaguar and ride on its back somehow. I'm running for my life, and that's what I'm thinking? You know what? That actually tracks. You shake your head. Not what you should be focusing on right now. I'm really getting ahead of the story here. It's like it's in my brain. It knows. Now is the time to be running like your life depends on it. Because it does. You jump over some large tree roots, knowing your crew is okay behind you. Except you hear a small shout and then a thump. You risk glancing back and see your navigator JJ has tripped over the roots and gotten his legs stuck. He's trying desperately to free himself, but you can see the jaguar approaching fast. You skid to a stop, and the rest of your crew flies past you, not noticing your plight. On one hand, you're the captain. You shouldn't leave a member of your crew to die. On the other hand, and contrary to popular belief, you value your own life. You're unsure of what to do. I'm going to save JJ. He's a good kid. And he's my navigator. So, yeah, that's pretty important. I'm going to save him. No man left behind. You're the captain and you will take your duties to your crew seriously. You won't leave anyone to die. You force your legs to move, scooping up a sharp rock as you go. Don't I have a cutlass or a gun or something? Come on. Pulling your arm back and chucking the rock as hard as you can at the jaguar. You hit it square in the eye. I have good aim. It screeches in pain and stops its pursuit long enough for you to tear apart the roots keeping JJ's legs stuck. You hoist him up and the both of you run like there's a fire under your feet. You meet up with the rest of your crew. They look back and notice the jaguar has seemingly lost interest in you. You all sigh in relief. You've lost a reason to run, but you still keep a fast pace on your way back to the boat. Just as you thought you were out of the metaphorical woods, because you were still physically in the woods, the ground begins to rumble. The floor splits right where you're walking, crumbling into a large ravine that almost swallows you whole. You hurriedly back up and watch almost horrified and fascinated. On the other side of the ravine, your first mate, gunner, and deckhand stand untouched. You, JJ, and your cabin boy are on the other side. You've been separated. You tell the others to continue back to the boat, and that you'll catch up once you find a way across. They nod and walk away. Now you just have to figure out how to get across the ravine. I don't think I can jump across. I think even I could figure that out based on the reference picture. I'm going to look around. You walk along the edges of the ravine, hoping to find some way across. Whether that would be a makeshift bridge or a swing, you don't care. You just want to get off this cursed island. This is why you're a pirate. You'd take the harsh sea over this any day. A tap on your shoulder has you looking at JJ, who directs your attention to a very precarious set of tree roots that cling across the gap. They seem sturdy enough for one person at a time to cross. This is disaster waiting to happen. Of course, you go first. As the captain, you must make sure it's safe. That's definitely, absolutely, 100% the reason for this decision. You ease onto the roots and they give slightly under your weight, but they do not break. You shuffle your way across the gap, arms spread out wide to keep balance. You reach the other side and hop off the roots with a breath of relief. You motion for the other two members of your crew to make their way across, and they make it safely to the other side the same as you did. From there, it's a short walk to the boat. As soon as it's in sight, you run to it and climb aboard, all too happy to get off the island. Goodbye, island. Hey, quick question. When I saved JJ, it's like, no man left behind. I'm the captain. What about the 3 that are on the other side of the ravine? We'll worry about them later. You instruct your crew to make quick preparations to leave, and soon enough the island is nothing but a dot in the horizon behind you. You sigh in relief. Not what you expected your day to be like, but at least it was interesting. The next time you come across an island, you'll ignore it. Of course, an island. You'll ignore it. You'll stick to staying out at sea, thanks. Slight headcanon here. We sailed the boat around to the other side of the island and picked up Kate, Peter, and the other one. I remember the names of my crew. I'm a good captain, as you can clearly see. That happy ending. We're gonna say happy ending on that one. Okay. I would like to choose some different things. Okay. I'm going to continue sneaking away. I'm going to go to the Rocky Hills this time. I'm interested in that. Ahem. After a short debate with yourself, you grab a few of your crew members and make your way to the Rocky Hills. You're less likely to encounter any dangerous animals. Or bees. You don't like bees. Also, some hiking will do you good. The area is easy to traverse. The rocks make a natural path that you and your crew are able to walk on. Besides, finding some stray bushes, there's nothing of... I can read. Besides finding some stray bushes, there's nothing of note in the area. Nonetheless, you enjoy the relaxing walk. Being a pirate doesn't offer too many opportunities to relax. Hold on. Okay. I thought it was going to be the entire copy-pasted from the other one. It's not. Being a pirate doesn't offer many opportunities to relax, especially when you're the captain. You've got a habit of making decisions that stir the pot, much to the displeasure of your crew. At least this time you seem to have made a reasonable choice. You continue on the natural path, kicking some rocks on the ground as you go. You go to kick another rock, but notice as the light catches it, it shines. That's pretty cool. Maybe it could be worth something. Cool rock, cool rock, cool rock, cool rock, cool rock. Pick up the rock. You pick up the rock, inspecting it. What you thought was just the sun hitting it was wrong. It was actually the rock itself that seems to be glowing. It's definitely valuable. You happily pocket it. You can either keep it as a cool-looking decoration for your cabin, or pawn it off for some easy money later. Cool rock, cool rock, cool rock, cool rock. Also, stone glowing from the inside. Definitely nothing bad could ever come of this. Ever. You continue up the hills. There's nothing else of note besides a few small animals that scurry away when you get close enough. You wonder if you'll be able to find any other things of value here. From the looks of it, you and your crew are the only people who have been on the island. You bet there's some other valuable things on the island that no one else has found. Just as the thought of the potential riches it could bring you has you excited. Just the thought of the potential riches it could bring you has you excited. You hurry along your path a little faster now, with your crew wandering around with you. A shout for your attention has you looking up the trail a bit. One of your crewmates says that they have found the opening to a cave system. It seems to be large enough that you and your crew would be able to explore it with relative ease. They want to know if you'd like to take a look inside. This is definitely, the cave is definitely going to collapse on me. Explore the caves. Of course, you're going to explore anything given the opportunity. You confidently make your way into the cave, your crew stride in behind you. Fearlessly, you make your way deeper in the cave. You ignore all the possible ways this little adventure could go wrong, like how you could get lost and never see the light of day again, or how you could get separated from your crew, or how there may be creatures in the cave just waiting to eat you, or... Rocks fall, everyone dies. Okay, maybe waltzing into a cave with no real plan wasn't your best idea. Actually, you think you've never had a best idea. All decisions you've made just compete on the worst decision scale. No wonder why your crew is so exasperated with you all the time. The cave walls grow more narrow the further you explore, and along with finding copious amounts of cobwebs, you find it harder to see. You didn't bring anything that could light the way. I am the most unprepared, inane... Anyway. You shake your nerves and plunder on. Some dark cave isn't going to scare you. It scares me. A small clink has you stop where you step. You pick up your foot and reach down and grab what you've stepped on. Even in the dark caves, you can still make out the small silhouette of a gold coin. Huh. It seems like you and your crew aren't the first people to be on this island. As you turn to inform your crew of what you find, you hear a low rumbling coming from deep within the cave. Ooh, 3 different choices? Yike, okay. Low rumbling, definitely not. I'm going to go down a different tunnel, though. I'm not done with these caves. Okay. You may be stupid, but you're not that stupid. At least this time. Uh-huh. Who in their right mind would follow strange sounds deeper into a cave of all places? Not you. That's who. You turn straight around, intent on marching back out the way you came, but you still wish to explore what the cave has to offer. Perhaps you could find something else that doesn't seem like immediate death. Yeah, that would be nice. Mind made up, you go down an adjacent tunnel. Your crew follows diligently behind you. As you travel deeper down the tunnel you chose, the loud rumbling fades into nothing. You feel relieved. Unlike most days, you're not looking for trouble. There's a light shining further down the end of the tunnel. A different way outside, you wonder? You hurry your pace. While you did want to explore more, you wouldn't mind some fresh air at this point. Your guess is proven wrong when you emerge into a larger cave. The walls are covered in bright crystals. Not even an inch of the cave wall could be seen. There are hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Dollars. That is the currency of this pirate story. Dollars. I just found a gold coin and dollars. Anyway, gold standard. Ahem. You and your crew drool at the sight. You all disperse into the cavern. You go to touch one of the crystals and it wiggles slightly. It would be easy to simply pull it out of the wall. I'm a pirate. There's no way I wouldn't take the crystals. Yeah. You're a greedy pirate. Look at that. How could you not take the treasure that is right before your eyes? If there's no one's name on it, then it means it's ripe for the taking. That's how it works. Possession is 9/10 of the law. At least that's your philosophy. You don't think such logic would hold up in a court of law very well. I just said... Anyway. But you're not in court right now, so you happily indulge in filling your pockets full with as much as you can. From the corner of your eye, you see that the rest of your crew is doing so as well. There's no way this could go wrong. You can just imagine how ecstatic the rest of your crew is going to be when you get back to the boat. They're just as greedy as you are. You have to bring back enough for everyone. Enough snacks for everyone. Except, those thoughts are cut short when the cavern begins to shake. You lose your footing. The crystals you had been shoveling into your arm go tumbling to the floor. You look up and see the rest of your crew in much the same state, all trying to gain their balance or clinging to the walls. Something bounces off the top of your head. You look up. Uh-oh. The ceiling has cracks running all across it. So much dust pouring down it might as well be water. Rocks come tumbling down with it, burying the entrance you came in from. You look to your crew. You look at your crew in despair. You're not going to be able to get out of this one. Cursing your own greed, you die surrounded by rocks and crystals. I knew it. I knew it. You don't go into a cave and not think, this whole thing could collapse on me. I freaking knew it. Okay. All right. Well, that's it's a good game. That was fun. I got a decent ending, and I got a couple of very bad endings. If you would like to see the rest of the endings that this fun game has to offer, go and check out A Pirate's Life for Me by Skies _26 on chooseyourstory.com. And yeah, we'll leave it there for the pirate story. That was very funny. I enjoyed that. Moment, please. Ba-boom. Let's do this one. This one is supposed to be a little shorter. Okay. Oh, sorry. This one is called A Magical Tale by Adventurer. Hold on. Can I zoom? Where's the zoom button? I was gonna try and start pushing buttons on my keyboard, and I realized that would be a very bad idea. Okay. A Magical Tale. Let's start. The first page. One night, you were sleeping when you heard muffled screams coming from your sister's room. Alerted, you jump up and run there as quietly as you can. There, you see a cloaked figure holding your sister. He jumps into a portal that is next to him. All right. Starting out very strong here. Also, oh no, my sister! Okay, you follow. You are tumbling through the air, very scared. Suddenly, you land in the middle of a dark forest. You see a cottage with light in the windows and laughter coming from inside. It sounded nice. I'm going to approach the cottage. You look inside and see a bunch of witches laughing together around a cauldron. Suddenly, the door opens and one of the witches looks outside. She grabs you by the collar and takes you inside the house. "Who are you? Why are you here?" one of them asks. I lie. They stuff you into a poorly lit room which they call a dungeon. I try to escape. Suddenly, a witch comes in. One of her eyes is purple, the other's brown. "Don't worry, I am your friend. I will help you escape. Do you trust me?" "Absolutely. Heterochromia is inherently trustworthy." "Good." It was night. She leads you through the cottage to the door and tells you to run. You do so. "And don't trust the purple girl," she calls behind you. Run. Don't trust the purple girl. You come to a crossroad. The path to the right leads to a castle, and the path to the left leads to a goblin cave, according to the sign. "Do you need any help?" a voice asks behind you. You turn around to see a fairy floating in the air. Her skin was lavender, but her eyes, dress, and hair were a darker hue of the same color. So, purple, right? Is that what we're trying to say here? Okay. I suppose. Who are you? "I'm Violet, the purple fairy of these crossroads. I help travelers who are lost. Are you in need of my assistance?" "Yes, I'm searching for my sister. She was kidnapped by a cloaked figure. Where would I find her?" "That would be the Goblin Cave. Goblins are wicked creatures. Stealing children is their favorite thing to do." "Thank you. I've chosen my path." I'm going to immediately not trust the purple girl since the witch who helped me escape told me not to. So I'm going to go to the castle. You soon approach the castle, a large and elaborate building that doesn't look evil. Now you have to find out how to enter. I don't think the guards are just going to let me in. Right? I'm going to sneak through a window. You climb through the window and find yourself in the castle. That was incredibly easy. Too easy. You creep down the hallway until you are in front of the throne room. He is positioned so that he doesn't see you. Who is he? You listen to him talk and find out that he is on a mission to erase the mind of all the kids in the human world. That escalated so fast. So fast. I just want my sister. Your sister is in the dungeon, to which the keys are hanging behind the king. Okay, he is, I believe, the king. You try to get the keys, but are spotted by the king, a beefy man with red hair and tattoos. Okay, interesting. Who are you and why are you here? He asks meanly. I'm going to say nothing. You keep silent. The king doesn't seem to care. He orders the guards to take you to the dungeon. Hello? You ask, once the guards left you. Is that you? You hear your sister's voice. Yes, it's me. You know what I found out? The king kidnaps people from the real world, our world, and erases their memory, making them live here. He is going to do that to me. I'll go with you, saying I'm also from the real world, you promise. And then, once out of the dungeon, I will try to escape with you. But now, let's try to find an exit. An hour passes, and it is time for the memory erasing ceremony. Is there going to be is it going to be a catered event or I mean, depending on the kind of life you've led in the real world, that might be nice. I assume I'm supposed to think this is a bad thing, though. The guards take you two out. It is your sister's turn first. She is being held by a guard. You are too, a couple of meters away from her. The chief wizard who will be performing the spell is ready. He raises his staff. I'm going to bite the hand of the guard who's holding me. You bite the hand of the guard holding you, and he, crying out in pain, lets you go. A bolt of light shot from the wizard's staff. I'm going to slam my body into the wizard and see what happens. We're going to save, though. Okay, I can't. Dang. Hold on. Can I go back? Yeah, back. Into the wizard. The wizard falls to the floor. The spell misses, but your sister is held captive. Try to save your sister. You run up to your sister, but the guard is too strong for you. Another guard comes up and grips you firmly. The first spell hits your sister. The next is directed at you. A blinding light. You stand up dizzy. Who are you? Where are you? Why are you there? You let a beefy man with red hair and tattoos lead you away. Welp. I screwed up. Okay. What happens if I slam into the guard holding my sister? Okay. You slam your body into the guard holding your sister, but collapse to the floor, for he is too strong. The spell hits your sister. The next one is okay. What if I slam into my sister? You slam your body into your sister, and both of you fall to the floor. You quickly stand up and pull your sister to her feet. Run, you cry! Run! You two run into the woods where you first landed. There, you see a witch with one purple and one brown eye. Our friend! I know what you want, she nodded. And I will help you. She waved her hand and a portal appears. You took your sister's hand and stepped into the portal. Both of you landed into her empty bed. Then you lived the rest of your life normally and happily. That was clapping. Okay. All right. I'm down. Cool. Yeah. That was very nice. Thank you adventurer, for your contribution to this wonderful story. Okay. So, I have another thing besides just the stories. And once again, if you want to see more of the endings or read more of these types of stories and others as well, go to chooseyourstory.com. Very interesting stuff. And I will be at some point. I will be at some point creating some myself. I just have to look into what that actually looks like and whether or not I want to do it here on this website or try to come up with something else. Because I have done something like that before. It was an assignment for one of my college classes, but it's been a long time and I don't remember what program we were using for that. So I'm going to do some research and eventually we will be creating our own stories for sure. But I'm glad I could share these two stories with all of you. We are going to transition over to something else. Welcome back to the cafe. I am going to go and use the Little Lantern's room. And let me stop the music, actually. And you can have a little mental break from all that. So yes, I'm going to go and stop by the facilities and get myself a nice cup of lemon honey tea, as I said earlier. I wanted. My voice is giving out. Trying to do the king's voice in that last story was very difficult. Okay. So I'm going to go do that. Of course, I immediately spilled it. As per the usual. Fortunately, I did not spill it on my hand, as it is extremely hot. Also, the lemon tea is a new box that I got recently. And therefore, it was still wrapped in like plastic. And so I just went at that thing like an animal, just like biting it, trying to get the plastic off. I swear it took me longer to do that than to make the tea itself. Anyway, I'm back. Let me... I'm going to start from this track and we'll loop the whole playlist again. Okay. So, I was thinking at the beginning of the stream, I said I was not going to watch the Shadow of the Erdtree, the Elden Ring DLC trailer, and react to it. I said I was not going to do that. But I lied. I really want to watch it again. So, let's switch over here. Hello. My desktop is currently an Elden Ring desktop, as you can plainly see. Okay. New window, please. YouTube. Okay. Let's see. Here it is. It's right here. So, nope. Stupid ad.
Kona versus Honda HR-V.
Stupid ad. Okay. 1 second. Let me turn off my background music real quick. Okay. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Let me unblur. Here we go. Ooh.
pure and radiant. He wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying.
Oh my gosh, I'm so looking forward to this. I'm so excited. Let's freaking go! Yes!
In that forsaken place,
Oh, I love that guy's accent.
blood must spill.
On that forsaken place.
Blood of your fellows.
The blood of your fellows. Is he talking about tarnished, I guess? Oh, yes.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
No freaking thank you, actually, on that one.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
I love the idea of there being new spells.
I presume you, too, are keen to know
Repeating crossbow, classic.
just what kind Miquella is doing here.
Huge freaking horned bear, let's freaking go. Big boar, classic, staple of the series. Whatever the frick this thing is. Abominations, we love it.
Of the race of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Lesna's flame.
Come now. Touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
Let's go! Sorry, I got excited. Let's freaking go! Okay. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. I got to watch it again. I'm happy. Happy camper now. We are a happy camper. Okay. So, here is the next thing we are going to do. And if you're just joining, welcome. It's good to see you. My name is Dr. Lampwick, and I'm going to be doing something very special now. We are going to well, that's not. Hold on. Can I not just go full screen with this? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I'm just going to do this. Screw it. I don't know how to use this program. All right. We are going to create a cryptid together. Okay. What is a cryptid, you may ask? Here's the definition that Wikipedia, a extremely reliable source, gives. That makes it even freaking harder to read. Let's go with no outline. That is miles easier to read. Hold on. No outline. Okay. Okay, you can read that. Anyway. Cryptids are animals that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild, but whose present existence is disputed or unsubstantiated by science. Cryptozoology is a pseudoscience which primarily looks at anecdotal stories and other claims rejected by the scientific community. Or It's just weird folk tales, legends, and creatures, which is what we are going for today. So I have a few specific parameters that we are going to be going for. Biome. Where does it come from? What conditions does it live under? Existential state. Not existential crisis, though. We may have one of those. Is it a physical creature or more of an ethereal entity? Attributes. What can it do? What makes it unique as a form of life? Disposition. Is it aggressive, passive, peaceful, helpful, etc.? And physical description. What does it look like and how would it be described if seen? Okay, so those are our parameters. The first one we are actually going to do, we're going to spin a wheel. Give me a second to get the wheel set up. Okay. I can unblur. Okay. Ignore this. Okay. So let's set up a few categories here. Oh, let me restart the music. My bad. Okay. So here we go. So we're going to go forest, if I could spell correctly. Forest, Arctic. There we go. Urban, underground, desert, not deserty, not deset. Hold on. Desert. I can spell. Okay. Let's see here. Whoops. Okay, that apparently copies it. Okay. What other biomes do we have? Let's think about this. We have Arctic. Let's do taiga. It's kind of a subarctic, but I like to say taiga, so we're gonna go with that. Let's see. Forest, underground, Arctic. That's a decent amount of categories. What does this do? Okay, cool. Okay, we'll get to that. Can we think of any other biomes? Let's see here. Let's see. Biomes of the world. Sure. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of these. We're not gonna go with all of these. However, we will go with wetland. That includes like swamps and stuff. Swamps, etc. Grassland. Rainforest. And we'll do mountains and aquatic. Mountains and aquatic. Aquatic. Yes. Okay, that is how you spell it. Okay. That seems like a good amount of categories. So, we are going to spin the wheel and see what our first cryptid is going to be. We're gonna open this up. I don't know if there's dark mode here. So we're just gonna have to go with the blinding freaking light of this. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go with it for now. Okay. Let's spin the wheel, shall we? We're gonna unmute it. Okay. Okay. Looks like our first cryptid is going to be a wetland creature. Let's write that down. So, biome. Wetland. Swamps. Bogs. Etc. Okay. Second parameter, let's look. Existential state. Is it a physical creature or more of an ethereal entity? You know, since we're working with a swamp creature here, I'm gonna go with physical. It's a physical entity. I'm not gonna spin. I'm not going to spin the wheel for everything. But we'll maybe see what exactly we want to what exactly we do want to spin for. I don't know why it does that. Okay. It wants to go to my other monitor. Anyway. Yeah, so we're going to go with physical. Existential. Whoops. We're actually going to go with normal for this guy too. I'll go with 12. Existential state. It's not stant. Physical. We're gonna go with a physical creature. Attributes. What can it do? Well, let's think about this. Let's see what makes it okay. Let us consider. There are a lot of different kinds of cryptids out there. Let's see here. List of cryptids. Let's get some ideas. Giant otter, that's cool. We're looking for wetland style creatures. Frogman, also cool. There's going to be a lot of different stuff on here. Let's see here. Any inspiration here? Let's see. This was a terrible list. Truly awful. Honey Island Swamp Monster. Okay, it's an ape. It's an ape-like creature. I don't think we're gonna go for like a Bigfoot-esque. Okay, let's think about this for a sec. So it's a swamp creature. It is a physical creature. It's not like a ghost or anything like that. So what is it? What do we want it to do? I think let's do this. You guys can't see. Now you can. Let's switch to Times New Roman. It's easier to read. That's still too small. Okay. Let's say this. It eats people's toes. That's what it does. It is a unique form of life, a swamp creature that specifically targets people's toes. How does it get to people's toes? It steals their boots, shoes, and socks at night, and then sucks their feet. The sentence doesn't stop there. The sentence does not stop there. Under the mud and eats their toes. That could have been bad. Okay. So that's what it does. Now, what are the other parameters? Let's see. Disposition. Is it aggressive, passive, peaceful, helpful? Okay. It's definitely not peaceful. And it's definitely not passive. It is actively going after people's toes. So disposition. Aggressively after those toes. Yeah. That's what we're going with here. Okay. Physical description. Now here's where we get interesting. Physical description of the creature. We'll get to this in a sec. Like, is it still working? Everything good? We good? Everything okay? I'm gonna check my stream. I haven't looked at it. Give me a sec. I'm so sorry. I should have done this like way sooner. But I'm insane and hate myself. That's it. Good? We good? Everything okay? I'm gonna check my stream. I haven't looked at it. Give me a sec. Okay. Sorry, it was weird hearing my own voice. Yeah, we're good. My bad. Okay. Toe-eating creature. Let's see. I'm going to say it needs a large mouth. Large mouth for eating toes. Or does it need a small mouth because it only eats the toes? It doesn't eat the feet. It eats the toes specifically. We're going to say small mouth, but very sharp teeth for eating specifically toes. Yes. It will shear off your toes. Do we want it to look is this humanoid or animalian? Does it look more like a human or a does it look more human or is it more similar to an animal? Okay, new parameter. Good. Sorry. Boop. No. Okay, sorry. Okay. What other physical description? So it's physical. I'm going to say that this is a humanoid. So let's see here. It lives in a wetland, so it probably needs some form of like amphibious nature. So we're going to say it has the head of a, let's see, a head similar to a frog's, but with a humanoid body and green-gray skin. Okay. Yeah. Ignore it all. But don't ignore this creature. It'll eat your toes. So we're going to say it has webbed feet. And clawed feet, so it can get around in like muddy conditions and stuff like that. Um, let's see. Its eyes glow bright yellow when light is shined on them in the dark. Okay. Do we need any other descriptions of this creature? I don't think so. Okay. So, what biome does this creature live in? Wetlands, swamps, bogs, etc. Its existential state. It is physical, and it is a humanoid creature. What does it do? It eats people's toes. It steals their boots or shoes and socks at night, and then sucks their feet under the mud and eats their toes. During the day. It is aggressively after those toes. Its physical description: small mouth, but with very sharp teeth for eating specifically toes. A head similar to a frog's, but with a humanoid body and green-gray skin. Webbed and clawed feet. Its eyes glow bright yellow when light is shined on them in the dark. Okay. What do we call this creature? This toe-eating, frog-headed, humanoid, disgusting monstrosity that I've created. What do we call this thing? I feel like it needs like a gross name. Something like a gobbler. No one wants their toes eaten by the gobbler. Let's see. I might honestly just go with gobbler. I hate it so much, but I love it so much. Yeah, this is gonna be the gobbler. Okay, we have the gobbler. Hold on. For anyone just joining who has no idea what the flip they're looking at, Create-A-Cryptid. I can spell. Perfect. Okay. Bold. Okay. We have the gobbler. It is beautiful. We love him. Unless we value our toes. Okay. Now, another fun part of this. I'm going to try and draw this creature. Now, something you should know about me. Is I need to save this document real quick. Okay. So. I drew my model myself. I know. Impressive. However, I traced it off of a actual pencil drawing that I did of it. I am by no means any sort of artist. I make art, but it is art more in the line of writing stories and things like that, or creating horrible creatures that eat your toes. I'm not an artist. That is why this is about to be very fun. So let's create the gobbler. Let's get into it. Okay. Here we go. New. Yes. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not going to show anything I don't want to show before I will unblur it. Just give me a sec. I have so many things open. Okay. Okay. So. Let's see here. We're gonna just look for swamp. Okay. That's a good one. Do we want something at sunset? That's pretty good. That's pretty all right. This one's also good. I kind of like this one. Ooh, I like the foggy, but I don't like the like footpath. That makes it seem like it's traversed. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's it. That's it right there. Okay, okay, okay. Download. We're gonna download that. And these should all be like royalty free type stuff. So hopefully you didn't see anything there. I need to be more careful about that. Okay. Now. Open. Ignore all of this. In fact. Shaboop. Pictures. Okay, I just downloaded this. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now then. We're going to do a bit of a blur on this. Just a little bit of one. We're just going to blur the whole thing. We want the foreground to be the gubbler. Okay. Now then. Let's see here. So we established that he has green gray skin. So let's start with that. What color is that? Kind of something washed out. Yeah, that's a gross color. We love that. Okay, we love that. All right. So we're gonna draw the gubbler. Let's draw. Do we want to draw him like half in the water, or like do we want to draw him like do we want to draw him like standing out of the water, like hunched over, like meh? I think I want to draw the full body. Let's make this fun. Whoops. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. So we're going to get to it. Let's see here. I imagine he would have like a bow-legged stance, right? Like something like that. Is that paintbrush too thick? I don't know. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking he'd have like a little bow-legged stance like this. He'd have like big, like webbed feet. Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely like the gubbler. Oh yeah. Yeah. He should have like a little tail. That's a tail. We'll draw that. We'll draw that later. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking he's kind of like emaciated a little bit. Like he's kind of thin. Like he's not like a big like huge creature. He's kind of like a thin like little gremlin guy, right? So we're gonna. Yeah. This is good. Okay. So he's gonna like. He's gonna have like that. I'm a get you stance. So he's got yes. Okay. Yes. Those are his claws. Okay, let's see here. How do hands work? If you look at my model, you know that I clearly don't know the answer to that. Yes, okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. His arms are weirdly beefy, but don't pay attention to that. Okay. Okay. So now his head. So this is where it gets interesting, right? Because we specifically said he has a head similar to a frog's, right? So let's get some frog reference here. Let's see. Frog. I spelled grog. Frog. Not a tree frog, definitely not. No, this needs to be like a gross, like a swamp froggy. This guy for sure, brother. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay, one sec. You'll see in a second. Open. Once again, ignore all of this. This is all nothing. It means nothing. Yes. Okay. That's the boy. This is the boy. Okay. Copy. We're going to paste in place. Whoops. Oh, Lord. Lord help me. Okay. We're going to make him much smaller and just use him as like a little... He's just supposed to be like a little reference. Okay. There we go. Oh, I actually need him to be... Whoops. You know what? We'll, hold on. Delete. Okay. My bad. What? I hid the layer. Okay. I am terrible at this. Okay. Let's get back to this. So we'll just use this as a reference from here. That is horrible looking. Okay. So yeah. Okay, yeah. We did say he had a small mouth, but I'm thinking since I found this, he's got to have that kind of mouth, you know? And, let's see. Okay. And we'll draw the eyes on in a minute. Okay. And remember, this is the Gubbler. So let's get back to that. I think the head needs to be bigger. Okay, yeah. We're going to go with some finer lines here. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go with some. You know, we're gonna make that a little like yellowish, like kind of a gross color. And we're gonna go real small here. Real small, and we're just gonna fill his. Nope. We're gonna fill this mouth with teeth. They're, like I said, very sharp teeth for eating toes. specifically toes. Very sharp teeth. Ignore my inability to draw. These are somewhat irregular teeth, but that's okay. Why is there a dog barking in the background of that music? Hold on. Okay. We're gonna start from there. Sorry. There's just random music playing at this point. Yeah, his teeth don't have to be like, you know, uniform. He's the gobbler after all. He's just after those toes. They just have to be sharp enough to shear off some toes, right? Let's do another kind of big one. Yes. Okay. Yeah. His mouth doesn't have to make sense physically. He just has to be able to take some toes. That's it. He's just after them toes. So we'll make the last few teeth make a little bit more sense. I take it back. Okay. Yes. Okay, perfect. Now, the eyes. They need to be just like dead like this, but we specifically said that they were yellow. So they're gonna be like a bright yellow. Yeah. Okay, we're first we gotta outline them. Actually, cancel. Just switch to this. So his eyes are gonna be like, no, we need bigger. Okay, maybe not like that. Actually, yeah, maybe like that. We're gonna boop, and then we'll make it slightly smaller. I'm cooking. A little more slightly smaller. Then oop. Boop. And boop. Nightmare fuel. Let's go. Okay. Now then, little dark centers like this guy. So we're gonna go like really far down there, like. Yes. Okay. The gobbler's coming along here. Okay. So let's we're gonna color him in a little bit. Oops, that's gonna be too much. So let's do some little detail work around the eyes and the mouth. Oops. I say as I screwed up. Let's do a little detail work around the eyes and the mouth. Ah, gosh dang it. It's okay. Actually, no, it's not okay. Gosh dang it. Okay. I need it just slightly smaller. I'm ruining my own work of art. Okay. A little bit of mess up is expected. Yeah, all right. Okay. He looks terrifying. Imagine you're in the swamp at night. You freaking see this. Like, what is this? It's the gobbler. And he's come for your toes. Okay, let's finish. Let's finish this masterpiece here. And we'll do some detail work in a sec when we've done the basics. Yeah. Excellent. Ooh. Okay. The gobbler is coming along very well. Okay. I don't know how to do perspective, so don't ask. This is the Gobbler. It ain't Picasso. Okay. The Gobbler. Okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, we're going to do some detail. Whoopsie. Don't do that. Okay. Hold on. Wait. I don't know what just happened. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, I'm very confused as to what just happened. Okay, good. I can still do stuff. I need to edit the size. Dang, I screwed it up. Okay. This guy can go. He's good. How did I do that? Okay. I don't know what I did. Why is it over here now? Oh well. It doesn't matter. Okay. We're going to add some detail. So let's see. We need to be finer than that. So I'm thinking, right, you should have like a rib cage, right? Like you can kind of see his ribs or whatever, like a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. Okay. Okay. Yes. And then, of course, he has, like, webbed feet, right? And then, webbed hands. Yeah. For sure. Ignore that. Okay. And then, let's see. We're gonna get slightly larger. We're gonna give him some actual claws here. Yeah. You know what? His claws should probably be the same type, the same color as his teeth. Color picker. Bam. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So that's one of his claws. Yeah. Yep. That's one of his claws. Perfect. That's one of his claws. And that's one of his claws. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. This is looking great. Dude. Oh, yes. Okay. If you're wondering where the back claw is on this foot, it's behind the foot. It's not because I can't draw. It's called perspective. Look it up. Okay. Gosh, he's looking great. Okay. Let's see here. So the last thing I remember the reference image had was it had like these little bumps on the face. So it was like, yeah. Okay. Okay, yes. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gobbler, our first cryptid that we have created together. My tea is lukewarm at best. It is a work of art. I've never been happier about anything. That is a lie. I'm so sorry. But I am actually kind of happy with how this turned out. Okay, so let's see here. based on our description here. So, the Gobbler. Biome, wetland swamps, as you can see. He's physical, humanoid. He eats people's toes. As you can see, he has all of the necessary tools for that. He is aggressively after those toes, and he looks it. There's no feeling besides hunger in those eyes. Small mouth. We're gonna change that to big mouth, cause yeah. Big mouth, very sharp teeth for eating specifically toes. He definitely has that. A head similar to a frog's, we got that. But with a humanoid body and green-gray skin, webbed and clawed feet, its eyes glow bright yellow when light is shined on them in the dark. Actually, you know what? I just thought of another detail we could add. Oops. Give me a sec. He needs like lips, like the frog had. You know what I mean? My alarm is going off. This may look terrible, but I'm going for it right now. I'm just gonna whatever the result of this, I'm gonna go with it. We're past the point of no return now, boys and ladies. We're down to pixels here. We're going down a pixel level here to make sure that we get this. Okay, yes. Yes. That was the correct decision on my part. So, here we go. The Gobbler. I'm going to use this color, actually. Let's see. Nope. Hold on. Little smaller. The Gub. The Gobbler. Yes. There he is. Our first cryptid. The Gobbler. All right. We're going to export this masterpiece in just a moment. The Gobbler. Excellent. Okay. The masterpiece is exported. I will save it as well. Okay. Here he is in all his disgusting and creepy glory. I think we have very accurately depicted him. And we have most certainly fit our parameters here. So, now that we have created the Gobbler, I think that's a pretty good place to end the stream. I hope that the Gobbler does not give you too many nightmares. He is certainly going to be appearing in my dreams. That is good tea. Well then, thank you so much for joining me once again this night. I hope that the fire and your hot or cold beverage of choice was a comfort to you. I hope that the stories told were, at the very least, entertaining, if not riveting or gripping or whatever else. I always seek to, at the very least, entertain. But I do prefer to enthrall. So maybe next time I can enthrall you with a tale. But to each their own. People are just as varied as stories. Not every story needs to be a comedy, or a tragedy, or an adventure. Stories should be of many varieties, just as people should be. Well, I think I feel that the sun is rising, which means that the Laughing Lampwick will be disappearing for the day. But as always, if you need a place to step in out of the dark and rest in the warmth and light of story and song and drink, and just get away from the darkness of the world, whatever that might look like in your life, then please come back again when the Laughing Lampwick reappears at midnight. And I hope that you've enjoyed your night with me. As for next time, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. We shall see how this is received. I had a lot of fun. I hope that all of you did as well. And yeah, I cannot think of anything else but to say goodbye, my dear friends. Thank you once again for coming. And I'll see you again next week. Chase the dark away, my friends.